just take note of those questions, and I can answer them later, because now I just want to move through the exercises. But please do ask questions later on, okay? Because I'm very interested in hearing what you are experiencing. Okay. So, we're going to do the ice pack and the explanation of that in a little bit. But first, I want to teach you a technique that it is also nice to do, as a preparation for meditation. Many of these techniques are ways for you to center yourself so that the Kundalini rises more easily and you can go into meditation more easily. Okay. So you've probably learned to balance your left and your right. So what we're going to do is that we're going to try out, because, okay, you can check your hands like that. And you can ask Mother Kundalini, please show me the state of my subtle system. And maybe you will start feeling, as a response, she's showing you, okay, maybe the left is a little bit heavier, or the right is a little bit heavier, or maybe both are cool, which means you're balanced and you're fine. If both are cool, it means you don't really need to balance yourself. But it's very important for you to be able to check which channel is heavier, because then you need to do a balance. Sorry, Deepa, can I just, I'm a bit distracted by the movements. Could you just stop clicking around if you don't need to? Because my mind is going there. You see, this is so funny because I'm doing an exercise on attention and my attention is being bothered. Oh, this is funny. Sorry. Okay, so this is very interesting because I teach, this is my job as a teacher, and I do get distracted because I'm so concentrated when I'm teaching, and if students do other things while I'm teaching, I actually, I lose my concentration. So this is very interesting because maybe I have a problem with my attention. Okay, so the balancing of the left and the right, we're going to do a test. I love this exercise because it's not based in any conclusion, oh, I'm probably left-sided or I'm probably right-sided. It's actually, you try to balance your channel and then you see if you feel better or you feel worse, okay? So we're going to do the following. With your hands open, you're going to take your right hand and you're going to take up the left and push down the right. Maybe you've learned this already. This is a way of cooling down or calming down the right side. So we bring up the left, we can do it 3 times, and we bring down the right. We bring up the left and we bring down the right, and we see how we feel. If your hands become more equal, even if you're not feeling cool, if they become more equal, it means that this is the balancing that you need. If one was heavy and it became more heavier, then you should do the opposite. So we're going to try the opposite, which is taking up the right and pushing down the left. Taking up the right and pushing down the left. Taking up the right and pushing down the left. And probably you might be feeling a difference. I did. So I now know, because I noticed that I felt better in one and not the other. So what you do after doing this test of taking up one channel 3 times is that you can now continue to do 4 more, which makes 7. Okay, so the balancing can be done 7 times, 21 times, or 108 times. These are the numbers that have sort of a special effect on our subtle system. So I'm going to do the one that for me was good 4 more times, but you should do the one that was good for you, because we're all different and we're all in a different state. So for me, the right to left really helped me. So I'm going to do 4 more of that. And then I check again and I feel cooler, I feel better. So sometimes when I do this exercise for myself, I keep going and I do up to 21 and then I check. And if I feel better, then I keep going and I do up to 108. And often, very often, when I do it 108 times, then I get very cool vibrations, because that's, I really needed that proper balance. So we have to be patient with these exercises, with these techniques, and do them properly, do them with attention, and do them until they actually create an effect and a shift in us. That's important too. So, okay. That's it. I hope I don't know if you felt the effect from this balancing. If this was clear, is it clear for you? Would you like to ask any specific questions about these exercises? You can ask quick questions, just to turn on your microphone, that's fine.
Yes, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to be so silly, but if you are feeling heavy on the left hand, which one do you do to relieve that? The left to right or the right to left?
Well, okay, so the best thing for me to say is that you should try and see how you feel. You might need left to right, because you might need to, the left might be suffering because the right is overpowering it, and then you need left to right. But your left might be suffering because it's being used too much, and then you need to go right to left, you see. So the thing about the left and the right, it can be a bit confusing. We often talk about this left and right in my workshops, and you can sort of, study and understand the dynamic between the two channels. And I can definitely explain a bit, going in a bit deeper, because it is a very basic thing that will help you a lot when you know how to manage it in your life. But I have to say, when I learned this way of just try and see which works for you, it's sort of not a problem anymore. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I think yes, practice. Thank you.
Practice, yeah. And also understand that the right, if a tendency in your life is that the right side just takes over and you're a bit speedy and agitated, then you will need left to right a lot. Okay, if you're very lethargic and depressed, or you're very emotional and you can't get out of this, your attention gets pulled into the emotion all the time, and you're not very dynamic or active, then you need to take right to left, because you need that energy of the right to balance yourself. That's like my short answer. Okay,
I get it now. Thank you. I get it.
I'm just going to very quickly explain to you another brilliant technique for balancing the 4 channels. You've all learned this left hand up and right hand down to the earth, right? You've probably done that, because that's one of the first things we learn in Sahaja Yoga. But you can actually, I'm going to see if I can show you on the camera, you can do it 4 ways. So you can take the right hand up also. It might clear your left side. Some people might need that instead of taking the right hand down to the earth. So as you try that out, often, this isn't taught very often, but Shimataji will ask us to do that on certain videos, you will see it. And as I've done this in the workshop, suddenly there's a person that really is able to clear up, because this is what they needed. They needed to take the right hand up, okay? And you can take the left hand up, as we usually do, to clear the right side, but you can also take the right hand down to the cool mother. It's like you're absorbing the coolness from the Mother Earth. So once again, try them out, sit for a few seconds on each, okay? And then you see which one you feel more vibrations flowing, where you feel the relief, and then it's like, that's the one I need right now. Because tomorrow morning, maybe there's another one that you need, so never make any conclusions. That's like the main message here. Okay, great. So I'm just going to power through, because I have so many things I want to teach you guys. And then we'll do a meditation towards the end. So there's a breathing technique that is very much used in yoga, in other, spiritual practices. It's called Pranayama. You've probably heard of it. It's simply closing one nostril. Then you breathe in through one nostril. Then you shift and you breathe out through the other one. And then you breathe in through that same nostril, and you shift over and you breathe out. In again through the same nostril, and shift and breathe out. It's a very simple exercise, but as everything in Sahaja Yoga, we should do it slowly. We should do it with full attention, and try not to think about everything, anything. Try not to think about everything. Okay, so shall we try that together? We can do it just 3 times and not go too fast, of course, it's important. We can even take a little pause. As we inhale, we stop, we exhale, and we stop. Okay, so let's do that together. Close the left nostril. No, sorry, close the right nostril, and you start breathing in through the left. And hold. Shift. Exhale. And hold. Inhale through the same. And hold. Shift. And exhale. And hold. Inhale through the same. Hold. Shift. And exhale through the other nostril. Okay. Now, close your eyes and just feel inside the effect of this technique for a minute. Okay, great. When you do this, you can imagine your breath going up and all the way into the Sahasrara. So it's really a very vibrational technique. And it also works on this chakra that we have right here between our eyebrows, which is called the Hamsa. So the Hamsa can also be massaged gently. And it's another chakra that is connected to our attention, or is connected to our awareness. It's a chakra that sort of shows us reality, shows us what things are, what is good, what is bad, what is what we call auspicious, and what is not. So it can be a very important chakra for your growth, for your ascent. Okay, I'm not going to go into the Hamsa right now, but the pranayama will help you. It will help you calm down the mind. It will help you move into the center, because it works on the left and the right. So it sort of brings them together in the center. What should I spell? The Hamsa?
Yes, please. I was looking at the Anya for the forgiveness, but this is a different one, right?
Mm-hmm. So the Agya is up here.
Yes.
And the Agya is one of the main chakras, one of the 7 chakras. The Hamsa is part of the Vishuddhi, because the Vishuddhi is a very big chakra. It kind of goes, it encompasses satellites. So it has 2 chakras here. It has the Hamsa, and it's a more complex chakra. So each chakra is very different, because they do different jobs in our physical and subtle body. So the Hamsa sits right here, and the Hamsa sits outside. So the Agya chakra is actually in the middle of our head, like in the middle of our head, where the pituitary gland sits. But the Hamsa chakra is right on the inside of the, if you when you do the COVID test, you take a Q-tip up the nostril to the, like, where it touches the skull right there. Actually, the COVID test goes to the back of the throat, but the hamsa sits right here on the inside of the skull. Okay? And strands of the left and the right, they move over here and go like that. So the Kundalini doesn't actually pass through the hamsa, but the hamsa receives the information that goes in through our senses. So it's like a filter, and it shows us if it's clear and it's in a good state. It just gives you that very clarity of what is okay, what is not okay, and what things are. It's a bit hard to describe because it's a very subtle aspect of us. And it also has to do with your spiritual growth. It has to do with the opening of the Vishuddhi and the sort of the turning on. It's like you switch on the capacities and the powers of each chakra, and the hamsa is part of that. So that's a whole other workshop. So we can do that another day. Okay. I just need
Thank you.
Thank you. So there's always so much to talk about. Okay, so let's do our ice pack now. Yeah. So can you see my mouse when I'm moving it over the diagram here? Can you see when I'm pointing here? No.
No.
If I do this, can you see it?
No.
No? Okay.
Because I am sharing the screen.
So you can do it then. As I talk, Deepa, just kind of show them what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So I
sure.
just want to show them where to put the ice pack. So why do we do the ice pack? Does anybody know why we do the ice pack? I'm not asking the yogis, I'm asking the beginners. Anybody have an idea? No?
To cool down our liver.
Very good. So why do we want to cool down our liver? That's a very strange thing to do.
Because when the thoughts keep coming, our liver becomes heated up.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to switch it around because both are true. When the liver gets hot, we get a lot of thoughts. When we think a lot, our liver heats up. So it's a mutual thing. Does it make sense? So the right side of our subtle system is a completely different thing than the left side of our subtle system. So part of our work, so to say, part of what we need to understand is the difference and what one requires and what the other requires. Okay, so the right side tends to become overactive, especially in this modern world that we live in. We get stimulated a lot. In the sense that we must act, we must work, we must think, we must plan, we must know what's going to happen in the future. Our family, money, work, responsibilities, etc. All of those things are done by the power of the right side. So, of course, we need a good right side to be dynamic people and to get things done and to be able to act. It's very important. But the right side, if there's too much of it and we rely on it too much and it's not kept in check by the left side you can say is the brakes of the car, and the right side is the accelerator. We need that balance. If it gets too much on the right side, we might become very distracted and irritable and unfocused. We might get stressed, feel this kind of stress of the adrenaline and the fight and flight. We might actually get a bit irritable and angry. It's also something that arises in us when we have too much heat on the right side, like in general. And we might have a personality. If our personality is dominated by the right side, then we tend to want to interrupt people and we want to talk all the time and we want to dominate other people. We think other people should listen to us and we are always right, and we can be a bit aggressive and dominating, etc. So all of these things, like, are general qualities, you can say, of the right side. So of course, that's like the general knowledge about the right side for your introspection and to understand if you need that balance. So the ice pack helps us simply to take heat out of the liver. So why does the liver produce heat? Well, the liver, it filters the body and it takes toxins out of the blood. That's one of the things that it does. So on an energetic level, and this is something that you will not find in the medicine books because they don't operate on the subtle level. They don't know about chakras. They don't believe in chakras. So on the subtle body, the work of the liver, if the liver isn't able to do all of its work, then there's an excess of heat. And when we put the ice pack, we are taking that heat out so that we're helping the liver so that it doesn't get overburdened. So imagine the liver is doing all this work for you. You're eating food and you're, toxins and whatever. It has a job to do all the time. If you are on an energetic level on top of it, overusing the power of the right side, you're doing a lot of thinking and you're planning and you want to control the future and you're drinking a lot of coffee, maybe you drink alcohol and maybe you put a lot of toxins into your body, the liver has to also deal with that on an energetic level. So the liver is an extremely important organ in Sahaja Yoga. In Sahaja Yoga, we have three main organs, which is the liver, the heart, and the brain. The heart is the organ of the left side, the liver is the organ of the right side, and the brain is the organ of the center. So we need to sort of learn what it means to enlighten these organs. They're doing a very subtle job. So, okay, so that I hope that makes sense now why we do the ice pack. So what are some signs that you might need an ice pack? First of all, very simple. On your right hand, you'll feel this finger here, and you'll feel this finger here. So the organ is such a big, the liver is such a big organ that it has two chakras taking care of it. The Nabi, which is your the green chakra, and the Svadhisthana, which is the second chakra, the yellow one down there. Exactly. Thank you, Deepa. So when we want to cool down the liver, we can put it either on the liver, which is below the last rib on the right side. Okay, so I can show on myself. It's like, if you can look at me, it's up here. This is where I will put the ice pack, right there. Okay, can you see this is my waist, this is my navel, and right here is where I put the ice pack. It's a bit high up. It's not your stomach. It's not your tummy. It's up there. I will cool down the physical liver. Now there's a second place where we can put it. You can put it on the hip crease, which is the Svadhisthana, which would be, let me see if I can show you again, would be down here, exactly where my leg bends. You might not be able to see it so well, but it's the second part. So you are actually cooling down that chakra. Okay. So just one disclaimer, a note about ice pack. If you just had a big meal, maybe not so good idea to do an ice pack because your liver is working very hard. So just before and just after a meal, just try to remember that you want to just leave your liver to do what it's doing. But otherwise, it's fine. You can do it anytime. Okay, so those are the two places where we cool down our liver, like physically. We're like saying, hey, buddy, let me help you out. I'm going to take out some of this heat so that this heat doesn't start to migrate. Because the heat can move up and settle on our head, and it can move down and settle on the Muladhara. So if you've had a lot of heat over a lot of time, you might also want to try, you can do this on your own time, to sit on an ice pack on the right side of your Muladhara. So it's under your right butt cheek. You just sit on it for a few minutes, and then you can take ice pack on your liver, and then you can take an ice pack here on the ego, which is the left side of the head, left hemisphere. So if you feel there's a lot of heat and you're having a hard time settling down, you might try to put an ice pack on these parts of your body. And you can also have a double ice pack, so you can have, let's say, one on the liver and one on your ego, like that. So if you want to do an ice pack on the go, imagine you're having a stressful morning, you don't have to sit down to meditate. You can just, put an ice pack on your liver and tie it. Sometimes I just take a scarf and I tie it there. And for 10 minutes, as I'm getting ready to go, I'm cooling down my liver. Okay? It doesn't have to be this whole kind of meditation. It's just you looking out for that very important organ. So I just wanted to say a few words about what it means to have a good attention in Sahaja Yoga. And then we're going to listen to Sri Mataji talk about the attention. So if you have a poor attention, you are easily distracted. Your attention keeps shifting around from one thing to the other. You might feel like you're a bit like what they call brain fog, like you don't really stay focused with anything. You might be irritable, easily angered, or you might actually be overexcited, like, oh, it's so cool, oh, it's amazing. It's like, it's too much. It's too much. You're not actually in the center. You might be talking too much. You might be spacing out or daydreaming a lot. You might interrupt people a lot, keep changing the subject. Those people when you're trying to tell them something and they're already talking about something else, and then they're talking about something else. And of course, you will notice it when you sit down to meditate. It will be very difficult for you to meditate. So these are my general sort of keywords about what it means to have a poor attention. It makes you superficial, actually. If this is your general state, it makes you a superficial person because you keep skipping around on the surface and you're not going deeper in yourself, and you're not getting the benefits of the stability of the attention, because when the attention is stable, then we can go deeper. Does that make sense? So a good attention is that you feel calm, you feel stability inside, you feel clear-minded. And since a good attention gives you that connection with your inner being, it also makes you more intuitive and inspired, because the spirit is shining through in your being, and it's easy for you to meditate and to stay in meditation. Okay, so that was a lot of information. So Deepa, can you now play those 2 videos, please?
Not only after realization you can prove God, but you can show His miracles. The second thing, the nature of spirit, is that He's chitta, He's the attention. He's the attention means when you become spiritually enlightened, your attention becomes enlightened. Now, enlightenment, what we understand of these lights is that the lights are falling here and we can see things, that's all. But this attention which is being enlightened acts. It works. It has got loops. It has got weapons. It works. You have to see for yourself how your attention works. Today, there was somebody who went and told one of the Sahajogini that I was sitting there and I was getting all negative thoughts and was feeling horrible in my hands, and I don't know why it was happening in the program. So she said, here you have come to pay attention to Mother and to her work and pay attention to your spirit. But if you are paying attention to all the rest of the people here, then you are going to catch them. It's a very simple thing. Where is your attention? Ask this question. This is a very common question in an Indian home. A mother will ask the child, where is your attention? The basis of Indian life is Chitta Nirodha, is to fix your attention in a proper way. Where is your attention? Is it on your spirit, or is it on somebody else? Like my brother is sitting here, my mother is sitting there, oh, that woman is very bad, she is jealous of me, all this nonsense. Where is your attention? When you get realized, then you start seeing through the window of the spirit. Your position changes. As you're looking at me now, then you come back here and start looking at you this way. Till you are realized, you are sitting before me. But once you are realized, you come here and see others. From there, that's your foot. Nobody can touch you there. From there you see others. Your attention is detached. So the attention becomes enlightened after realization. You pay attention to anything, it works. It does work, no doubt. You try. Those who have got realization should try this. Try your attention. But attention has to be pure. You have to purify your attention. And the best way to purify it is to keep your Agya Chakra open. When this center is open, which is the center of Christ, which I have shown that it can only open through the Lord's Prayer, after realization. When you open that, then you are in that state where your attention is divine. And you'll be amazed how things work out. Even the smallest things, the material things, the useless things, and the great things, and the subtle and subtlest, and how you start growing. So the growth is to be achieved by purifying your attention. And to purify this attention is to keep your Agya Chakra open and be in thoughtless awareness. So your attention should not be on saving material things and worldly things and all that, but attention itself must be saved. Ask a question, where is my attention? I've seen in the program some people are concentratedly listening to me, but some people cannot. Some are concentrated for a short while and some get disinterested after some time. Some are looking there, some are looking there. So how much attention you have saved is the only concern of a Sahaj Yogi. Forget about others. They are all garbage cleaners, you see. Forget about others who are not seeking, who are not of your quality, but you are a quality. Now what do you have to save? For example, somebody is a king. He doesn't bother of 2p being saved. I don't know, Baba, these days. I can't say definitely. They must be also doing that kind of a thing, you know. But what is he bothered? To save his grace, to dignity. But for a Sahaj Yogi, the most important thing is you must save your attention. It's called as Chitta Nirodha. Nirodha, saving of your attention. Where is it going? It's such a precious thing for me. Where is it running? Then how do you save your attention? Is through concentration. Concentrate. Try to concentrate. Don't allow your attention to wobble. Gradually, you will develop concentration. You can watch my photograph. It's the best. Concentrate. Bring it in your heart. Let it be integrated in your heart. You are lucky people. You don't have to build up a photograph and then give it up because it is just a avalambana, means it's just a dependence, and then you remove it. It's a complete dependence for you and a load for me of complete joy. So when you are concentrating in Sahaja Yoga, absolutely fully in Sahaja Yoga, then you are controlling, saving your attention one. This sort of an attention one has to develop by watching the attention, chitta nivritti. As you watch your money, as you watch your road when you drive, as you watch your child when it is growing, as you watch the beauty of your wife or the care of your husband, all put together, you watch yourself, your attention. Where is it going? Where is it lagging behind? What is happening to my attention? Such people have no problems. You'll be surprised that such people, when they want to do something, it becomes dynamic. They can work it out. Nobody has any problem. And if there is a problem which you are facing all the time, and you know that there's something wrong with you, something is wrong with the instrument. If you don't have a tin cutter and you start using a knife to cut a tin, it doesn't work out, then you'll say the tin is something wrong with the tin or something wrong with you. No, it's wrong with the instrument, and that instrument has to be correct. When the instrument is all right, after all, with all the powers you have, with all the blessings you have, and the source of power behind it, everything should work out. It should work out. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so there's a question. The Hamsa is part of the Vishuddhi, which is this chakra right here. So it's like a satellite of the Vishuddhi. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do something different. The right side, as you've now understood, if there's too much heat, too much activity, that heat will go up and it will create a sort of a pressure on the head. And when there's a pressure on the head, this chakra closes. It's not open and the Kundalini cannot pass. So you heard Shrimataji say in the first video that the Lord's Prayer, it actually acts upon this chakra and it kind of relaxes it and opens it up. So it's a prayer and it's like a mantra. So when you say it with sincerity, it has that effect. So I want to talk a little bit about forgiveness, because if we have a lot of people and memories and situations and events, whatever, in our life that keeps coming into our attention, they come from the ego and the superego. There's a buildup energetically. That's what happens. And there's a lot of thinking and we keep going over and over certain conversations or memories. Maybe we have traumas from the past. Maybe we've had conflicts or we have conflicts, difficult relationships. We can all relate. So all of these things are part of life. And I want to give you a technique that might help you a lot. It's very simple and very powerful. So it's based in the understanding that when we get our realization and our attention starts functioning from up here, that's actually what's happening. So for example, if a person is obsessed with food and all they think about is what they're going to eat next or cook next, then the attention is sort of in the stomach. And that's where the energy, that's where you live. Or if a person is, obsessed with their emotions and their relationships, and if they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or not, and there's a lot of emotions and talking about, then your attention is like it's like exhausting that emotional power that you have. So in Sahaja Yoga, as we grow in our spirituality, we start functioning from this place here. So if we function from here, we might be very identified with our mind. We think a lot. We like to think. We read a lot. All of those things are fine. Again, it's all about the balance. But when we start meditating and we start really feeling the effect of the meditation, we start functioning from this place here. So this place here is where we get our yoga. The word yoga means union. So we are actually at the feet of the divine here. We are meeting and we are receiving. When we feel the vibrations flowing down and they are cooling us down and calming us down, then we are in connection with the divine. So if we have a problem, we can do like this. We can say, I offer you this. I place it at your feet, and we just offer it up to the Sahasrara. And it's a way of surrendering. It's almost like a way of asking for help, but you're taking it away from your attention, from your human understanding, which is down here. You go over things and you think about things and you try to solve them, and that you have a very, very limited power. So when you do this and you say, I offer it up, I surrender, then if you feel the effect of it, you will feel that as sort of a relief, and it's taken care of. So this is what Shri Mataji means when she says that your attention works things out. So you can keep your attention on the problem, but it's surrendered. You're not trying to kind of push and pull and think and organize. It's like, okay, this thing is happening in my life, but I'm giving it up to you. So another version of this is if there's a particular person that you have a hard time forgiving. Maybe they hurt you many years ago and it still comes into your attention, and you've tried to just say, I forgive, like we learn in Sahaja Yoga, but maybe you haven't forgiven. So I'm going to make up a person now. Let's say I am angry with a man called John Anderson. I'm going to make up a person. So I say the words, I forgive, and I bring my Kundalini up. I forgive, and I offer you, John Anderson, and I place him above my head. Okay. I forgive, and I give to you, John Anderson. And it's like spatially, or I'm actually taking him with my hand and placing him up there to the attention of the divine. So if you want, you can try this with something that might come to your attention when we're talking about this, and just do it silently on your own. Whether it's a person, you can say their name, or it's a situation or a feeling or something, you just place it up there and you offer it up. So while you're doing that, we can listen to the Lord's Prayer, sung by my friend Gillian, who wrote this song actually.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever, world without end. Amen.
Thank you, Deepa. So I hope you're feeling the effect of the surrendering and the forgiving and saying the Lord's Prayer. I'm going to do one more exercise together. We're going to do it together, and it's an exercise to strengthen the attention. And it's an exercise where we don't move our hands, we just move the energy with our attention. So, Deepa, can you show the Charlie chakra, please? Thank you. So I'll explain to you first what we're going to do so that you can understand on the drawing what it is that we're going to do. So I'm going to ask you to start by taking your attention to the Muladhara on the center. There you go. And you go up the spine slowly, and you follow the spine with your attention, and you go to the top of the head. And then you go back to the back, Agya, the back of your head. And then you move around the right side, which is the ego, the superego. And then maybe you can look at me now, if you can see my video. I'm going to show you. You move your attention, you draw a line with your attention over here. And then you cross and you go down the left nostril. And then you go down the center of the body. So you're going down the left channel. And then we're going to do the same, going up the center to the top of the head, go back to the back of the head. Then we're going to go around the left side, which is the ego, cross over, move down the right nostril, down into the body, like that. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this 2 times. The first time we go down the body and down our legs and down the feet and into the ground. And the second time, I will ask you to take your attention down your throat, down your arm, and to the center of your palm. Okay, so those are the, that's the journey I'm going to guide you through it, okay? So, if we can just settle down. And we take our attention to just below us where we're sitting. It's the Muladhara chakra, is just below us. And we move up the spine slowly. And our attention doesn't skip a beat. It's present every centimeter of the journey. Completely present. Moving slowly up the spine, up the back, up to the top of the head. And then we go down to the back of the head, the back of the head, yes. And we move around the right side of the head. We draw a line on the right side of the head. to the front. Down the left nostril, throat, chest, belly, hip. And we move our attention, we draw that line down our left leg, slowly. Don't skip ahead. You're actually following the movement. To the knee, to the leg, and down into the foot. And then we can sort of keep going down deep into the earth. There you go. So you might already be feeling a difference between the left and the right side of your body now after doing this. So we go back to the Muladhara, which is just below us, and we move up the spine. Slowly up to the top of the head, staying present with every centimeter of the way, or every inch of the way, you guys say, to the top of the head. Go down to the back of the head and around the left side of the head, left hemisphere, to the front, down the right nostril, down to the right side of the throat, chest, belly, right hip, and feel that movement going down the thigh into the knee and down into the foot. And from the foot deep inside, down into the earth. Just feel if the left and the right are now more equal. Take your attention again to the Muladhara and draw that beautiful line of light moving up your spine. Up through the center of your head to the top. And as we go back, we move around the right side of the head. Draw that line to the front. Down the left nostril. Left side of the neck. Left shoulder. Into the arm. And slowly down into the hand. And we stay for a second with the center of our palm. Awakening that point of the Sahasrara where the vibrations flow. Go back to the Muladhara. Move up the spine. Feel the whole movement. It's beautiful movement. Maybe it feels stronger now than the first time around. And we go all the way up to the top of the head. Down to the back of the head and around the left side of the head. Draw that line around to the front. Down the right nostril. Into the right side of the throat, right shoulder. Moving down the arm. Slowly down into the hand. And we connect with that point at the center of our palm. And feel the cool. Maybe you feel the cool in both palms. And just take a moment to connect those 2 points with the top of your head. Feel that connection of the Sahasrara and the vibrations flowing. So we'll take now about 5 minutes of just moving into that silence in the Sahasrara and slightly above the Sahasrara. Just keep your attention there gently and allow the silence to install. The cosmic silence. Okay, thank you, everyone. That was the content I wanted to share with you. And those of you who want to ask questions or share your experiences, that would be fantastic. It would be very interesting to hear if there was a particular technique that had an effect for you and what happened. This is for everyone, because when you share your experiences or you ask a question, it can open up the understanding for everyone else. So I always try in these workshops to have some interaction.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, before when I was doing the Sahaj Yoga, so in my Sahasrara, I was having very cool, means someone has kept ice pack here on my Sahasrara. But after that, I'm seeing that before 15 days or 20 days, I'm not getting that coolness or that sense of that someone has kept an ice pack. So can you tell me what can be the reason exactly? Why this is so, yeah.
Well, okay, so of course, as we move through life, the world is imperfect and so are we, and our subtle system responds to whatever is going on. So we do need to continuously be balancing ourselves. So it might be that your subtle system has moved into either some sort of an imbalance, or this also happens, is that the first few weeks or months in Sahaja Yoga are such a blast, because it's this, our Kundalini is so happy and we're receiving all of these new experiences, and then the real work starts.
Okay.
Then we are a challenge. Do you want to go deeper? Do you want to work on yourself? Do you want to continue to grow? And then it might not be, you know, all roses and bliss and cool vibrations all the time.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that would be my general answer. And if you have a collectivity and you have more people that are in this, going through the same process as you, learning to meditate, learning the Sahaj techniques, it's a good idea to learn the different clearings and techniques so that you find which one helps you get balanced.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Bodil, I want to share my experience when I came to Sahaj Yoga. So I start feeling the coolness in my spine. It's really very comfortable. So I started expecting it every time. So when I start expecting it, I'm putting the I'm doing it, right? So,
good one. Yeah. Yeah.
And then it just fully lost and I don't feel anything. And finally, I heard a talk from Shri Mataji say effortless meditation. I get it. Okay, I have to be effortless. So I start to just don't expect anything and slowly come back.
That's perfect. We don't actually do anything. It's a very difficult one to accept or to understand.
Yeah.
But did you try the ice pack, Pratik?
Yeah, I tried ice pack this to my Swadhisthana chakra, but not much. So yeah, now I will next time I will try it.
So you might also want to try the balancing up to 100. So maybe you want to try the left to right. And then if you start feeling cool, just keep going after 108, and maybe you need more balancing.
Okay.
So I think something I'd like to kind of share with you guys is that maybe what you all need, this is for everyone, is to discipline yourself a little bit more, to sit a little bit longer in absolute silence, to not reach for, to not, because we get distracted and we remember something and we think, stop yourself. It's like, no, I'm going to stay here. Like, or when you're listening to speech by Shri Mataji, just stay absolutely, attentive to the words and don't think about it. Try not to think about other things, and also when you're balancing yourself, like take a little, maybe you need a few minutes more before you can actually feel, because sometimes the subtle system needs a bit more time to actually move into that new state. And if we're rushing and we don't feel the effect and stuff, then yeah, it's sort of lost on us.
Thanks.
So, yeah. More questions? Or
Bodil, I
experiences?
want to make a comment. I like what you did when you made us focus on the journey from every step, like, make us open the hands. And when you said, can you feel the connection from the palm to the top of the head? I felt it because I was paying attention, and that helped me a lot
Great.
in the exercise today. So by doing it together. And another thing that I want to share is, since I started Saha Yoga not very long ago, only a month, I normally wake up at around 4 or 5 in the morning, and my heart goes very, very fast. And I get bombarded with thoughts, and I do the technique of not now, like I tell my thoughts, not now. And I usually can keep sleeping, or just put the guided meditation by Shri Mataji. But is there anything else I could do, or do you have any kind of explanation why this could happen?
Yes, you
I
need to
don't
take
know.
left to right. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
You need to take
yes.
left to right 108 times every day. And you need to take cold foot soak. You need to do very cold foot soak.
Thank you.
That's probably going to help you. Ice pack can also help. Ice pack is like a quick remedy to cool down the liver. But if in general, because of your life and your habits, you tend to be more on the right side, then you need to bring your whole system into balance. So the left to right will give you more of the qualities of the left side, and will calm down the right side. And the cold foot soak will also really cool you down. So if you start feeling better, it means that it's working. So don't take my word for it, but what you're saying is an indication that, yeah, it's too much going on the right side. If you wake up at 4 in the morning, it's the perfect time to meditate. Maybe you guys didn't know that, but if every now and then, maybe even if it's just once a week, if you get up at that time at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, the vibrations of the whole world is completely like the attention of the divine is like right here, and you can just go into meditation very easily. It's Sri Mataji says, if you want to grow spiritually, get up at 4 a.m. at 5 a.m. and meditate. It's so fast. You'll clear out more faster. You'll have more vibrations. You'll feel more deeper silence. Maybe if there's a group of you that you'd like to start a 5 a.m. club, which is what I'm doing now. I'm just meeting with 3 or 4 people every day at 5 a.m. and we meditate together. We don't do a lot. You shouldn't be moving a lot or speaking a lot. It's just silence. And then you can sleep afterwards. Yannick is feeling vibrations on both hands and cool breeze. Early meditation. Yes, thank you, Yannick. Thank you. That's wonderful. I'd like to know, did anyone feel things today that they haven't felt before? So Mati is saying, I have the same thing as Diana. What is that? The same thing as Diana?
The sorry, the early awakening and bombardment of thought. Yeah, this is always in my life.
Really? Wow, you guys. You need to meet then. Mati and Diana, you need to meet and meditate if you're in the same time zone.
I am in the New Jersey Eastern Coast time zone.
Eastern? ETS?
Yes.
I am Central Standard Time. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. So we could definitely meet. Let me put my email in chat.
There you go. We have a early morning, we have a breakfast club, pre-breakfast club. I love it. I mean, even if you just, there was a period where I just would sit up in bed and meditate and then get back under the cover and sleep. And it did help me. Okay. Wonderful. I hope these suggestions help, and please let me know, because I'd like to know how you get along. Any more questions or experiences? Don't be shy. Thank you, Yannick, for your kind words. Maybe more people want to join the early morning breakfast club. I've started a movement.
Yeah, thank you for the session. It was beautiful, amazing experience.
Thank you.
And what I felt different was that I could concentrate more on the Sahasrara, which I couldn't do before. So that was a great experience. My question is, nowadays I feel a lot of kind of acidity, maybe because of the stress and things, since I mentioned that I'm from India. So the COVID situation and all of those things going around. So I feel a bit stressed, and I feel that, I have this acidity problem. So is there something which I can do to reduce the acidity?
In your tummy, in your stomach, you get
Yes.
like acid reflux and things like that?
Exactly. So is there a way to reduce that?
Okay, this is one of those things. I'll have to do a bit of research, because for the Sahaj treatments, it's all written down. I don't know them all by heart.
Okay.
But stress in general, I think today's session was really pertinent, because all of you guys, you're all a little bit on the right side, which is normal. It's not a criticism. I mean, how can we not be on the right side, right? With everything that's going on. There are things that can be a quick fix. Like taking left to right, you might feel that balancing, but then in a long term, you need to just keep meditation as a priority in your life. Because Sahaja Yoga will work out when you make it a priority. Try to understand who is Shri Mataji, try to listen to her words, try to do the techniques, try to meet people that you feel good with, that you can practice this with. Okay, so who asked the question? Was it what's your name? Lakti?
Lata.
Lata. Lata, there you are.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know, are you in contact with Ritu or Raul or?
No.
Okay, so can I maybe get your email?
Yeah, I have Lata's email address. She sent it today.
Is that Ritu?
Yes.
Okay, Ritu. So I'll send, if I find something, I'll send it to you, and you can send to her. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lata, in general, if you're experiencing stress, it's that you're using the right side too much. The right side is too active, and when we strengthen the left side, it's sort of balance. It's like you need to be strong on both sides, like one strength balances out automatically the other. So one thing is just sleep as much as you can, because that helps the right side.
Okay.
If you can, if it's possible for you, just don't worry about, just sleep, because when we are too much on the left side, we should try to wake up and be more active. But if we are exhausting the right side, we actually need to just allow ourselves to sleep.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. There are so many things I can say about stress on the right side, but cool foot soak.
Okay.
Cold water. You might even want to put ice. Use the ice pack. Anybody else have any recommendations for her?
Ice pack on the right side, is it? Right side
Ice
of
pack
the...
is always on the right side. It's on the liver, which sits on the right side of the abdomen.
Okay. Yeah.
But actually, I have to say, the magical treatment for all of you is just left to right. Can we just do it together now, all of you? Come on, let's do it. Left, up, right, down. There's even a little song for children in Satya Yoga. Left side up, right side down. No, I don't know it, but it's very sweet. Just left up and right down. Just keep going. You don't even have to count. Just do it over and over and over again. You want to bring that cool, stable energy of the left. The left is your capacity to rest. It's your heart. It's your happiness. It's your peace. It's your connection with the spirit. It's your emotion. It's your pure desire. You want more of that. And then just a little bit left of the right side. Just take it up above your head like that and down. You can also try to do this. We take up the left and then across the forehead. So you're pushing down the ego and then down. Up the left, goodbye, Mr. Ego, and down on the right. You can do either. So if we just keep going like this for a while, I think some of you might start feeling probably more vibrations in your hands. Maybe you will feel a shift in your state inside. Now, if you guys wake up at 4 in the morning, you should be clearing out your right side at night. Should do a cold foot soak at night, should put like 5 minutes ice pack at night. You can do this where you take up the central channel and then you push down the 2 channels like that. Up like that and down like that. Up like that and down like that. Okay. And of course, we have the good old left side, left hand up in the air. If there's just heat that needs to be released, that's a good quick fix. It might be enough.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Akhil has a question. He's saying the session was amazing. Is it possible to join you early morning session?
Well, I'm not really the one organizing those sessions. It's just for people in Sweden that I join. So I don't want to give out that link. I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
But are you a beginner, Satya Yoga?
Well, not exactly. I mean, I don't know. I did it long time back, and then I want to get back into it. I just, in between, just, not been very, you can say, continuous, or just
Yeah.
took over. So yeah, I just want to get back.
I'm just saying, because some of the online meditations are for established yogis, because they go into mantras and things that have to do with being already established and having all that knowledge. So if you're there, then I can share. Otherwise, it's not really any help for you to be part of those meditations.
Okay.
I think you should just stay with the people that are in the same path as you are right now. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I mean, I'm challenging Ritu and Vikram and all of you. Maybe if there's a spot that offers the 5 a.m. for people, I think that would be fantastic for the beginners to just. This is just me. I'm just talking by heart here. My suggestion for the 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. is that it's just really a very quiet, peaceful, silent. It's nobody talking, nobody guiding, nothing. It's just silence, a bit of music, maybe a 10-minute talk, and then bye-bye. It can even be just half an hour.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. So talk to each other, I think it's a great idea, because I'm not in the US, so my time is completely off your time. So
yeah, I'm in the UK.
Are you in the UK? Yeah. So you're in my time zone. Yeah.
So 1 hour for you, I'll be 1 hour later. That'd be perfect.
Now I'm in Portugal, so I'm on the same time as you actually.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because Portugal sticks out into the ocean.
All right.
It's on the same time, yeah. But the Swedish people, they're on the Central European. Ritu is saying there is one session at 7:15 to 7:45. Okay. It's not early enough. The sun is up already. It has to be before sunrise.
So they have to take baby steps.
Sorry?
People have to take baby steps.
Baby steps, yeah. It's true. No, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, well, there is another session that New York Tri-State Collective does in the morning, 5 a.m. But for people who live in London, I don't think that is morning. So
I think I need to reach out to somebody in UK itself.
So I know a lot of people in the UK, Akhil. Just give me your email and I can forward. Okay, because there's a huge collectivity in the UK, which you probably know.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Are you in touch with them?
Discontinuous. No, yeah, I have that email which comes, and it's just there's a session which normally before the lockdown they used to be in Chelsea. They used to hold every Saturday, and so I used to go to that pretty continuously. But yeah, I just stopped for some time.
Of course, but they're doing Zoom meditations for beginners and intermediate. Actually, I'm doing a very nice course now on Wednesday afternoons that are for intermediate, and we're doing a lot of fun stuff. Are you there? No.
No.
That's the Scandinavian.
Okay.
So, but it's in English, so you're very welcome to join those sessions.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. I mean, I really enjoyed your session, and yeah, I need that sort of support, I suppose. Collective things collectively. Otherwise, doing myself on my own is a bit. I guess it's not.
No, absolutely. You're in that phase where you need to learn and experience and ask questions, and and then suddenly you get your. You start growing in a way that you can do all these things on your own. But absolutely, Sahaja Yoga cannot work unless we are collective. So for those of you interested, I'm just going to write down here, Wednesday 7:30 p.m. Central European Time, Zoom room. I'm just going to write the name. If you join a room on Zoom, you should be able to just write this number. 88995-70774. So this is a session we're doing.
Okay, so I just need to search that on Zoom, and then I'll be.
I think on Zoom, if there's a button called join, and then you just ask to put in a number. It's only 1 hour, but we often stay an hour and a half.
That's fine. That's
chatting.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's 7:30. Is Futsak session start. I'm just writing it down. Session start at 8.
Okay. No, that's perfect.
PM.
Yeah, that's
so fine. So it's optional. If you want to just drop into the session 10 minutes before, or you can come and do the Futsak.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to give my email,
Sure.
or is that fine?
You can give me your email.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, since you're on this side of the Atlantic, I can.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat. Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic. Any more questions? Or experiences? Did anybody feel the effect of that forgiveness exercise? Isn't that a nice one? I really love that one. When you offer it up like that. Did you love that, Deepa? Wasn't that well lovely?
Yeah, that was very powerful. I could feel that within me. It was lovely.
Yeah, I actually learned it not so long ago, and Shri Mataji does it in a public program, and we're kind of looking for the video because she's with a seeker or with, you know, a participant in the public program, and she hasn't even done the program yet. It's before the program, and she realizes that this person hasn't forgiven somebody, and she's just like, I give it up to you, and she just shows her how to do it. You know, just doing it, I start feeling cool vibrations. It's so lovely.
Me too. Same thing happened to me today. So,
yeah, because sometimes we try to forgive, and it's like it doesn't really happen. But when you do it like spatially, you actually move it beyond your thoughts and up there. It's like it happens. So forgiveness is a transformation. It's an actual transformation that has to happen. It's not a thought. It's not something you think. It's that thing. It actually dissolves and you're free. So forgiveness is extremely important in Sahaja Yoga.
Latha says, yes, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
So anybody has anything to share or ask? If not, then let's thank Bodil for the beautiful sessions she conducted today. It was really amazing.
Thank
and
you.
we could all feel it spiritually. So it was really nice and peaceful and beautiful. Thank you so much
My pleasure.
for all your time and efforts for this. And I would like to thank all of the attendees who joined today. We have this session next Sunday, again, same time. You'll get the link in your email, so please join. And we wish you a very good week ahead. Take care.
Thank you, Deepa.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to be with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deepa, for hosting.
Thank you, Didi, for the support. Are you planning to join again next Sunday? Ritu Didi?
I actually hop between the sessions.
Oh, okay.
We have like 3 sessions in parallel going on, and I support the integrated one.
Okay. I was talking to Jyoti Didi. She hopefully will join. Because people like to admit people, so just so that we can avoid a lot of activity on the screen. I mean, that is distracting. I totally agree. So yeah. So she said she will join and let the people enter the session, and that way we can manage. So
no, it was great. You did really great. It's just me. There was this thing flickering, and I realized I didn't know what I was talking about. It kept going.
I totally understand. Yeah.
So Deepa,
I also teach labs here. I'm a grad student, so I teach undergrads, and I can relate to it. So I totally understand. Yeah, Didi, you were saying something.
Yeah, I have to share the story of how Bodil came for this session today.
Yeah.
So for the Wednesday session of hers, where she said, because it's in the middle of the day for us, so I just joined for 1 minute.
Yeah.
And she said,